This is the Dallas Morning News.
DMN Debrief.
Welcome to the DMN Morning Debrief. Everything you need to know about what's going on across North Texas. Coming up on the debrief, Irving-based manufacturer company Caterpillar posts record quarterly revenue tied to data center power demand. James Tallarico courts black voters in the Texas U.S. Senate race, and Texas A&M professors sue over classroom restrictions. But first, the weather. Today will be sunny and hot, with a high near 102. No rain is expected today, but humidity starts to increase later this week, with the DFW heat index, or feels-like temperature, forecast to reach 108 degrees Thursday, and rain and storm chances arriving Friday into Saturday. Stay hydrated and watch for signs of heat illness if you're outside. This weather report is compiled using information from our news partner, NBC5. On today's headlines, first, Irving-based Caterpillar reported its first quarter with more than $20 billion in sales and revenues, reaching $20.5 billion in the second quarter. The company said much of the unexpected strong quarter came from its power and energy division, where sales of large engines and turbines used mainly for data centers totaled about $8.2 billion. That matters in North Texas because Caterpillar is one of the region's largest companies, and it is expanding its Irving headquarters as data center power equipment becomes a major part of its business. The report beat earnings expectations and pushed Caterpillar stock higher Tuesday, even as data centers face complaints over resource use, noise, and light pollution. Governor Greg Abbott announced a temporary pause on data center approvals in Texas pending an audit, saying the priority is Texans' safety and quality of life. In politics, Democrat James Tallarico is trying to build enthusiasm among black voters in his Texas U.S. Senate campaign against Republican Attorney General Ken Paxton. The nationally watched race could help decide which party controls the U.S. Senate, and Tallarico needs strong turnout from black voters in November. At a DeSoto town hall, the Austin state representative answered questions on voting rights, education, and the economy, and said his campaign must reflect the state's diversity. Tallarico has pledged $25 million to get out the vote work in black neighborhoods. He's also trying to move past lingering tension after his primary win over U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett of Dallas, who endorsed him but said she does not plan to campaign for him. Republicans are watching his comments for openings with moderate and conservative voters after a question about reparations to other groups harmed by racial policies, including Japanese Americans interned during World War II. A Republican National Committee spokesperson accused him of pandering, but Tallarico did not commit to direct payments or a federal reparations program. Turning to education, 4 professors in the National American Association of University Professors sued to block Texas A&M University system policies that limit classroom discussions of race, gender, and sexual orientation. The rule applies across the system's 12 universities, which serve about 175,000 students and require prior approval before professors may teach certain courses involving those topics. The professors say the policies are vague, censor academic speech, and have led to altered or canceled classes. University officials have said 5,400 syllabi were reviewed and 6 courses were canceled. The Board of Regents has described the policies as a way to make sure faculty are engaging rather than advocating, and that classes stay aligned with students' degrees. The professors want a federal judge to reinstate canceled classes and roll back the policies. Texas A&M system representatives did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Finally, in sports, Cowboys backup tight end Princeton Fant is out for the 2026 season. Coach Brian Schottenheimer said Fant tore the knee ligament known as the ACL and partially tore his MCL during Monday's first full padded practice. Fant was injured on a run play. For the Cowboys, it removes a backup tight end who has spent most of his career in the practice squad but has appeared in 11 NFL games for Dallas. Schottenheimer said Fant was disappointed, and the coach told him his story is far from over. He said doctors feel good about Fant's chances for a full recovery, with surgery expected in a couple of weeks. There was also some better injury news. Schottenheimer said safety P.J. Locke, who has a hip issue, will work his way back into practice after missing the last 3 sessions. Thanks for listening. You can find more reporting and links to today's stories at dallasnews.com. This digest was partially generated by AI and then reviewed and edited by our newsroom staff.